Hello, my name's Sean. This is Everywhere West Models, and today got a simple project for you. We're going to do some renumber work, changing some names on some passenger cars. This works for Cotto, this works for Concours, Atlas. It works for all of them. I don't know if you're like me. When I go to a train show or operating session, I don't like to run the same thing as 1,000 other people. So at the very least, when I get something, I renumber it. And it's not a hard process, and you can do it. All right, some things you're gonna need. You're gonna need some distilled water. You're gonna need some Q-tips. I like using needlepoint tweezers. I don't remember what kind or brand these are. Some paper towels. I cut these into strips. It makes it a lot easier to handle. Good sharp X-Acto knife for cutting decals. Metal ruler. I like to use these scale rulers just because they're thin and you can get real close and accurate with your cutting. This is my go-to stuff, this Walther's Solva set, but you can use the micro scale, microsol, microset. A dish to put your water in. Also, over here, some alcohol to strip your whatever number or whatever you're trying to get off. Also, you're going to need your models. This is a renumber for a friend of mine. I got to change that number board out to a different number. And these are, we got to change the names on these cars. So it's fairly straightforward, simple to do. Let's get after it. So first off, I think we'll start with this guy and get our alcohol out. And we'll take our Q-tip, and what we're going to do is just very gently work this number out. You don't got to get crazy. Let's see if I can zoom in here and so it's easier for you to see. Naturally, it ain't wanting to just work with me, but and just like that, it don't take much to scrub that out. So let's do the same thing over here. Let's see if we can do this where we can see what we're doing. And just like that, the number's pretty well gone. Now this is a non-lighted number board, so it don't really have to be worry about lighting so much. And the number we're going to give it is going to be an E8 number. So we've got to get rid of this E9 number or plate on here. So, and we'll change it out to an E8. So same thing, a little scrubby. And just like that, it's like it never even happened. So we'll come over to this side and we'll get it scrubbed out. Trying to figure out it's where it wants to focus. Oh, it's just gone. So we'll set that aside. So I did have a list from my customer what he wants. So these are the names he's picked out for these cars. So basically a little dab of alcohol and I'm hardly putting any pressure on it. I'm just letting the alcohol do its thing. And just like that, it's gone. You don't want to get too crazy with your scrubbing. Because what you'll do is you'll discolor this silver that Kato uses, and there's really not much you can do to fix it once it's undone or screwed up, because that's just not a paint that Kato gives away. It's a soy-based ink of some kind. I just don't know what or how, but I'm going to go through and get all these names scrubbed off and get ready to get these re-decaled. Just like that. I do try to, when I'm scrubbing this stuff off, I go the full length of the letter board so that there's not just one, what do I want to say? it looks like one side of the number board or letter board's been scrubbed off, where if you do the whole length of the letter board, it's pretty much even how it looks. And again, I'm not pushing real hard. I'm just letting the alcohol and the abrasiveness of the Q-tip do its thing. And just like that, it's done. So, we're done with the alcohol. Pour a little water in our tray. We'll get out decals for the Santa Fe. And the decal for the passenger cars, we're going to use the 60-114. And this is what your decal sheet will look like. Now these are, I've used this for other stuff, so these are cutters. So we need to come up with an Indian Mesa and an Indian Scout. So right here's the Indian, and we will cut it out. And a good sharp X-Acto knife blade really helps. Now, if you got a lot of cars to do of one particular thing, they don't give you a lot of choices. Like to do the Pine series, the Indian series, the Palm series, the Vista series, they only give you enough decals to do one car type, like an Indian car, or a palm car, or a pine car. So if you got a bunch to do, and if you got 3 Indian cars to do, you're gonna need 3 sets of decals. So we need to find a Mesa. There's Mesa right there. And Scout and Mesa are right beside one another, so I'm just gonna cut them both out in one fell swoop. Also, I didn't mention, it just kind of goes with the territory. I have a cutting mat out. These are from Hobby Lobby. Okay, and I like to use my little squares. So we need another Indian, which this set has it right there. I would really like to have music going on while I'm doing this, but YouTube, for whatever reason, has taken a dislike to having music in the background. And I get it, the whole copyright infringement thing, but sure, the pain in the posterior. Okay, next we need a pine island. And I've cut out all the pine on those. So, new set of decals just for one series of car. But customer pays for the decals, so I will cut up as many as he likes. And he lets me use out of it what I need, so it all kind of works out. So there's the Pine series. We need Pine Island, so we can go back to this first set of cutters, and there's Island. Nasty outside today. The wind's blowing 162 miles an hour and just not a nice day. I was out in it all night last night setting out a locomotive with an overheated bearing, so a wheel bearing. So I'm just happy as a clam to sit here and look out the window and go, ain't that something? All right, so we got our cars cut out. We can get forgot for a minute what car I was working on. All right. So we will take our pines, get them soaking in the water. All right, those should be soaking long enough. Let's get these stuck on. So, let's get this Pine Island stuck on there. Okay. And there we are. There's the Pine Island. Let's see if I can zoom in here and show you. Looks pretty good to me. So flip it over and we'll do the other side. That one's done. All right, sorry about that interruption. Matter of my laundry. Shawnee likes to have clean britches. So. All right, next is the Indian series. So we'll get all that put in and get those a soaking. Alrighty, I think that's been on there long enough. We'll get her solvaceted. We'll let that dry. See what we got. Are they ready yet? Oh yeah. This is going to be the Mesa. Same thing on the other side. We'll get us an Indian logo. Try to make them all look the same. And there's like a 1.75 foot gap between the Indian and the Mesa. That's about the same, so I'm gonna call it good. We'll just make sure it's nice and square with the letterboard. And that'll sit there. All right, on to the next one. If there's anything any of you don't understand, feel free to put something in the comments, and you know, if you see something or you don't understand, I will try to get back to your question. But this is easy. This is, if you're looking for something, I mean, you want to make it yours and not like 1,000 other people, This is so simple to do. So simple I can do it. So the hard part is getting everything squared up again and look right. But it's just take your time with it. All right, there's that. So here we are, getting stuff cut out for my E5s. And I said we needed an E8, E3, F9, E8. So that's cut out, so we'll put them off in a little square by themselves. And we're gonna need these all black Renumber boards. Okay. Next, we got to cut out, and we're going to look on the number sheet for the E5 diesel to make sure there isn't a number together. The E5 diesel is what I got. It's cutters, and it's the same font. We're looking for the 9966. It's not there. So I need to go back to my other cutter pile. All right, let's get this dealt with. So those are some 9s that we need. Over here to this other side. Cut out a bunch over there. Actually, all we need is one. We need a bunch of 6s. Okay, there's that. Okay. What those was they make actual number board filler decals. We'll let them dry, and then we'll put the numbers right over the top of that, and you won't even tell. Be like it never even happened. And we do need to set these. Okay. By way of woad. And if you haven't heard of railroadpicturearchives.net, you're missing out. Because this is where I use a lot of my pictures, or get my reference photos from. Oop, wrong way, all way. That one right there. It is a wealth of information. So we'll let that dry for a second. I knew I shouldn't have touched it. Leave it alone. No touching. Let it dry. So let's put a number on, let it dry, put another number on, let it dry. All right, here we go, last number. There's that. So, I guess I can start putting my stuff away. I got done what I need to do. Be careful putting your X-Acto knife away, as they are a little unforgiving. Keep that in there. Put my ruler away. All right, let's see what we got here. Looks pretty good, I think. So we'll get it clear coated, or solvaceted, anywho. And we'll let that dry. So as you can see, that's not that hard of a thing. If it comes to renumber and stuff, I mean, that's a bare minimum I do. If I'm gonna change it up just a little bit, just changing a number, easy peasy. But anyway, that's all I got in this video. If you like it, you like my content, subscribe, and leave me a comment if there's something you want to see done. I've got some other stuff coming up. I'm going to be decodering a, well, it's a Jeep 9, but it's Milwaukee Road Jeep 20 body shell that, I don't remember what his name is. Bill Denton did. And I got one of those to finish, and then it'll be summertime and I'll be doing outside stuff, and I'll be over on my Everywhere West Outdoors page for the summer, hopefully. I got my new truck, so anyway, see you next time. Thanks for watching.